welcome back. This is better now because I was saying before and I was like, this is weird because the mic's over here. But anyways, now I'm standing and it's fine. The world is okay. It is Saturday, however. Why am I filming on a Saturday? I don't usually do that. Yeah. Gotta make a cake as well because I'm hungry. My cat is here as well. Anyways, what I'm gonna do today is probably one of those like videos where I come in at every stage because I've had enough editing, not recording, but I've had enough with editing for the past like 2 days or whatever. I had to go through like hours of footage, hour and a half ish kind of thing, maybe. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly show you the sort of like end result of page 31, which we did last time, but like sort of like the UMAT format. Oh my gosh, the YouTube format of it. And then I'm probably gonna tune back in when I might show you the template actually for page 32, and then after that I will, what am I gonna do? I'll come back at line art time or word bubble time or coloring time or something and kind of just give you updates as I'm going on, so that way there's less footage and there's less for me to edit. Boom. So I'm at 15% because I really haven't prepared for life. Yeah, I'll just show you from like here. So I think this is page like maybe 29 or something. Maybe, no. I think this is page 28 and then it becomes page 29 at some point. That's still the same page. This I think is the other page. So this is page 29. My cat is interested in something. No, this is page 30. No, what? Eek. Well, now we're on page 30. Or maybe that was all page 30 and the other one was page 29. I do not know. But yeah, this is the new page. So it comes and she's like, oh, he's adorable. And then she's like, he's a stray. And then, whoops. She's like, oh, poor guy. Blah, 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 blah. I kind of like how it looks. Like, where can you see, like, it's more blue now. Anyways, so that's kind of it. I think it ends around here. And then I'm going to obviously replace this panel-y, pagey thingamajig. Can I see how it looks without? No, okay. But I'm going to replace this page with obviously one that doesn't continue into the void. Let me now show you the template for page 32. If you wanted to know, it's a very sleepy, cold morning here in England. So I think that's why I'm more sleepy. But, ta-da, so that's what we have to do today. It's relatively simple. I mean, I think that's just a bit more of the artsy part, I guess. Depends what angle I want to do that. I kind of do like that angle as it is. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to just load this in and then do it in accordance. Yeah, so I'll see you after I've done the liner or the word balloons as well and stuff like that. So, see you in a bit. Boo! Tell me if the video looks weird because I'm filming in 0.5 because I was like, I can't be asked to move the camera up and also the mic, like, it might be in the way. Anyways, so I don't know if I can tell like a difference between 0.5. I'm like, am I too like warping this way or not? I can't tell. Anyways, if you thought it was Saturday because I was recording on Saturday, you'd be wrong. I just realized I put my notebook under my mic because I'm smart like that. But anyways, oh, actually, maybe I should move you up. It's like hardly any room to draw. Ta-da! This is the date. I'm a bit like it's right now, it's like 9:30 or whatnot. But I'm expecting a parcel because I bought some art supplies. So I'm kind of like, I've got an ear out for the door as well. Yeah, basically, how far did I get along? I did the word balloons and I started the liner. I'll show you that. Oh, but first, let me show you something. Ta-da! I bought the summer, when the summer Hikaru died. I always like nearly say the summer I turned pretty whenever I mean this book. I kind of don't know much about this book. Like, that's kind of why I bought it, because I wanted to like study manga, but like I bought Spy Family Volume 1, but I've watched Spy Family Volume 1. So I don't really read it, so I don't really study it. Also, this manga, like, all I've seen is like the teaser on Netflix. And from what I can tell, there's like a off tone to everything. So it was kind of like, oh, I want to know how they capture that, like how they make it look eerie and off and like, you know what I mean? And also the art's like really pretty. So I was like, studies and stuff. So that's why I bought it. I'm only like the first chapter in, but yeah, it's very interesting. Like some of the things, like on the first page, you have like this like buzzing throughout, and that's meant to be like the cicadas buzzing. And I was like, that's such an interesting technique, you know? Buzz, buzz, buzz. Where like you're not paying too much
attention to that. Also, like, another thing, like the transparency. I was like, I don't know, I felt like I equated like transparency to, I keep coughing, but I feel like I equate transparency and speech bubbles kind of more so towards like if it's a thought rather than like, oh, it's just like talking in the distance. I guess like I did, but like I didn't fully consciously, like, would you call it, think that. You know what I mean? Like, I guess more so, like, if I haven't seen the anime yet, but I assume, like, if when these, like, panels play out in the anime, like, the frames, like, it would be talking, but you can't see their faces or you can't see their mouths moving, so it's not as direct to you. It's more like you overheard them, that type of vibe. So yeah, very interesting, very interesting. And that's kind of it. I probably won't show you if the art supplies come right now. Again, it's a Tuesday, so I have a lecture, so I'm gonna dip in a bit, but I will probably film footage of like the stuff that I bought, but I'll just like save it for a rainy day. Like, I might do some test drawings as well. I'll save it for a rainy day, or like for later when I wanna like, or maybe I'll like compile a bunch of drawings because I'm really behind on my webcomic stuff. So I don't want to derail completely. You know what I mean? Anyways. Oh my god, can you go in? Okay, thank you. Okay, my iPad's dying, which is great. Anyways, this is the progress so far. You can hardly tell, you know? Oh no, that's because I changed the background. I was like, why is that like that? Like, why is this one block of colour and not thingy? But that's because I changed the background. Because going forward, this is going to be the background. But like, you see how we like continued it and it became bluer? Like, see the blue compared to the... See them? The color different changes. Anyways, so because this is like now going forward, we're using the blues. So I'll change this back because we're setting the scene in the shop, the pet shop again. So yeah. Anyways, I decided to go a bit more like wobbly with the bubbles, a bit more free, because I was like, oh sorry, because like with Laura and Jazz, I kind of want to show like a bit more childishness, I guess, like at this stage, or just in general, like, because at the beginning it shows a bit and then it gets a bit like, they get a bit more like standardized, less like wiggly woggly and stuff, and then kind of when Jazz sort of appears again, they're like a bit more like, you know, just girls being girls, little teenage girly pops doing their thing, you know. I just wanted it to seem like, oh, you know, there's just a sense of like not caringness about rigid formality, but kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it more, or maybe I'm just trying to like gaslight myself into thinking I was doing something cool. But yeah, that's kind of it so far. Here we have Jazz's eyes and she's been like, oh yeah, sure. And then I love this drawing of Jazz. I don't know why I have this open, but why don't I keep it open? Now that I'm thinking about it, this is so, like, usually I'll have like a picture on reference or so. This is so good. I could just be like, doo, 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 and then you won't get motion sick. Let's see. Should I bring it down? I don't know. Everything's very test and try. Okay. Yeah. There needs to be like some sort of like darker points, but then I don't really want to chuck away the balance of this piece just by adding like things that don't need to be darker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because that is a bit more heavy, do I really have to make this heavy? I don't think so. Maybe something like that. I'm just gonna call it a day with this Jazz's drawing. The other two are pretty simple. I don't know why I did it out of order, but yeah, if you're wondering what brush I'm using, it's the 6B pencil, and then this is also the 6B pencil, but just with its like brush size increased. Is that straight? Well, even if it isn't, I can just... Okay, it's somewhat straight. It's mediocrely straight. It's fine. I don't mind that much of an inclination. I don't know, this is annoying me. I'm sorry. I don't have much real estate, and then that's taking up so much space. I know it doesn't need to take up that much space. I can make it smaller, but I'd rather just buy. I kind of just like the way it looks on its own. So what I might do is I might steal that, like here in the thumbnails. Did I hurt my eyebrow? I'm going to copy this. Now we wait. Hello? Okay. Oh wait, do you not want to see how long we've spent on these canvases now? Canvas information. Woo! Oh no. gonna take ages to load that. Because again, I keep duplicating my canvas instead of making a fresh one for every new page that I do. I think Procreate just crashed on me so. Also, side note, I think I'm getting sick again. Ooh. All that I really want to keep from here is actually, maybe that would be simpler, is U, A, and B, U. Copy paste, delete that. And then I feel like it needs to take up a bit more space. So what I might do is just sort of like bring Jazz a bit more this way. So I'll just grab a section. I always feel like the blue lines are the snapping, and then the thing is the magnetism. I always get them the wrong way around. Nobody's gonna know. Oh my god, is my... Hello? I thought my thing might be dead, which might be dead, or everything just bugged up. Thank you for not crashing. I might add a bit more strength. Does Laura have strength? Yeah, she does. Well,
Way to go remember how your character looks like.
sorry.
I'm so excited.
Bless me. I really like this. I feel like half of me really does want to draw properly, and then the other half is just like, let me just do a chibi and get this page done with, kind of. But I do definitely, like, I try to put in the effort. Like, even though this is simplified, I think it still looks nice, guys. I think I put in effort. I think I put more effort into the coloring than the line art, or like the actual poses and stuff. That is something that I want to study, and again, I bought another manga that I can study from. So yay. Even though like it's a bit weird because like if I want to study from a webcomic, a lot of their layouts are quite like rinse and repeat, like like in the sense of like, oh, big square, a lot of negative space, small square, blah, blah, blah. I know that's kind of not what I've gone for, because I do still want it to look comic-esque, if that makes sense. Am I rambling? Like, I want it to look a bit more comic-esque, so that's kind of why I had it like this. But again, there's like some stuff that are like pretty like restricted to what a manga can do, and nothing else can do that. But also there's like restrictions in what a webtoon can achieve. But I do think I want to make these into like physical formatted things at some point. But yeah, like digital versus traditional basically is the thing. Like doing like page turns. But like I've seen a lot of like webtoons kind of do page turns by just having like a lot of negative space in between, so it's like you can't see that ahead of time. Or like for example the large like panoramic pieces that you get inside manga, sometimes like when they're setting the scene and you just have this big spread of where the scene's taking place, you can't really do that in a manga. In web comics they either like rotate it so that it fits lengthwise, or it's kind of just, yeah, it's hard to achieve. So that's kind of why also I did the whole like description-y zooming into like points and places. And also this is written like a novel. Anyways, so it's not conventional by any means. This is just how my brain works. Sorry in advance. Do I want to give her like nose bits? If it will allow me. I also like, I really want to study like the bare bone basics of art again. Like I feel like I never really fully studied anatomy as a kid. Not, well, like teen, I guess. Yeah, I was just like, let me not. I don't really care about muscles. It's okay so long as the proportions are correct and whatnot. I remember I did this one drawing when I was like younger, like when I was getting into art and everything. Like let's say like this is the proportion. Here's the hips. Here's the legs. The knees were all the way down here, and then here was the ankles. It was so funny because I was so confused. I was like, that doesn't look right. And then my friend was like, yeah, it's fine. Because like a lot of like, I guess like if you don't study art, yeah, I don't know, it's like hard to like figure out what's wrong as well. But yeah, that was like when I first got into drawing in it. I'm thinking, should I just like Control C, Control V this again, this portion, just to make things darker without having to add new lines. Like I might do that, or see how it looks with one more. Do I need it to be that dark? Okay, with both of them off, I think I do prefer it with them off. I don't know why I just did half and half instead of doing like one, like duplicating it and putting it on full. Like that feels a bit too much to me. I don't know, indecisiveness. Oh, it makes it look very grainy. I think I'm okay with one. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I also want to make it look like Laura's illustrating it. So to make it more like, oh, this is just a girl doing her thing. She doesn't care about how the bubbles look perfectly symmetrical. Like, this isn't a very formal saying. I've already said that, but I was like, let me just say that again. Because I have free will. You know, when you realize that you have free will. I think that looks cute. Maybe. Maybe not. Yes, no, framing, yes or no. I kind of prefer that. That's okay. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I want her looking that way or just being like looking the other way. Don't they say like if you look one way it means that you're lying, and then if you look the other way it means that you're remembering something or something? Or am I gaslighting myself? I feel like I remember seeing that on Operation Ouch. If anybody knows Operation Ouch, I think that's better. Even though I'm pretty sure if you look, you're looking towards your left, which, no, she's looking towards her right, I think. What's your left and what's your right? I'm trying to figure it out. No, before she was looking at her left. But I think they say if you look at your left, or like if you glance towards your left, it's to tell that you're lying. But if you look towards your right, then you're remembering something. Like your brain's processing. I don't know. This could all be in my head. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure I saw it on Operation Ouch. There used to be this show where you had like these two doctor twins and they would teach you about humans. And then there would always be like some kid in A&E with like something up their nose. Like I remember somebody got a nail up their nose. But then somebody also like swallowed a bobby pin and then like, you know, casual breaking arms. That type of thing. It was that type of show. Then they showed you the A&E process and whatnot and getting the x-ray and whatnot. And it was really fun and educational. Atomically, that doesn't make sense. Why has her tongue there and why is her teeth there? But I'm like, you know what, it's fine. Leave it and move on, people. I think that's the line art complete. I've spent ages with you, so I'm gonna let you go and I'm going to color this. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the line art, the coloring whilst watching stuff, and then eventually I will dip. Boo! If you thought it was Tuesday still, why? Did you not see the pattern reoccurring? Anyways, basically, it's Friday. Friday, the day that I'm supposed to post, but guess who hasn't edited any of the footage and is about to cry? Not me, I'm not gonna cry. But yeah, so this is show and tell time, I guess. But I haven't really colored that much. So, ooh, in the sense that I only really did the skin and the hair and the eyes. I forgot about the eyes. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty. I really like this little splash of jazz. I think there's like a level of this is kind of how Laura sees jazz in this. Because there's like sometimes, because we're seeing it through Laura's perspective, right? And then this feels like very like how she sees herself, how she kind of sees jazz, because obviously jazz is her bestie. And then there's Laura over here, if we could stop doing that. Which I really like Laura's eyes over here, but that's irrelevant, I think, because I never think ahead, and the fact that it's going to be so small, nobody's going to care. But I care. So yeah, that's the end. I really do like the glossiness on her hair. It's sort of like, you're probably not going to see this in like a thingy form, so I'm zooming into it because you can't really see her eye color. Blop. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Sorry that it wasn't that much dopamine, but remember how I said I was gonna get a puzzle? But I'm not gonna show you all the supplies that I got because I'm probably gonna make a video on that. But also, I bought a manga. I think I showed it in that video, but I don't think I showed it in this video. But ta-da! I feel like this is such dark lighting. Am I wrong? No, I'm right. What? Where is the sun? Where's the sun when you need it? A light, please? Hello? Share on my light. But then, would that not make shadows? I'm relying on the outside world, and the outside world is fading me. Like, hello? Can you see better? I feel like that's just like making the shadows more shadowy, you know? But this is so big that I can't even like think it. I can see it properly in my eyes. Why can't you just look with my eyes? Why do you have to look through my phone? But yeah, that's the art. It looks a lot more duller on your end. Sorry about that. But it's a bit more, that's like a little bit more bluey. That's a bit more purple. I really like the granulation and everything over here. Maybe I can film a 4K video. I don't know if that helped out. Like, maybe I should... Can I? No. Should I like that? Yeah, maybe. Did I brighten it for you? that's kind of more accurate, I think. So anyways, that's kind of it. But anyways, yeah, bye. I have to edit this now. Wish me luck. Oh yeah, by the way, this like it wasn't supposed to look like Oliver, who's my OC, or like Gojo, but it somehow turned out to look like my OC in Gojo cosplay, which is kind of funny because Oliver has like whitish hair. But anyways, I wasn't even doing that with them like in mind. Like I wasn't doing this color scheme in mind. I thought I was just gonna like, you know, play around with it and stuff. But yeah, with like traditional media, like keep that to my own time, which I don't have any of, but I'll do it more so in my own time, and then maybe like check up during like the videos and stuff, like in the vlogs and stuff, and be like, hey yo, this is what I done this week or whatever, and then maybe do a sketchbook tour at some point if or when I finish this. But yeah, peace out. Bye. Bye.